We came to Brixton to speak with Wild Caper Cafe to see how the Brixton Pound is working for them.
Well, the first client that walked in our door the morning after the launch spent Brixton pounds.
We're here to see what the public have to say about the Brixton Pound. Have you ever heard of the Brixton Pound?
I've heard of it, yeah, that's right.
Not really, I haven't heard about it.
Yes, I have.
No, I'm afraid no.
No, I haven't. I'm just saying it for the first time here today.
Pound?
Yes.
No.
I found out about 18 months ago when I had a visitor from New Zealand, and he Googled Brixton before he came over, and he had heard about the Brixton Pound, which I hadn't heard of before. So then I Googled it. So I was waiting for it to happen, and when I heard that it happened, I came out and got some Brixton Pounds.
Yes, I've heard of the Brixton Pound. I'm aware of the Brixton Pound. I've seen the Brixton Pound, but the problem is I don't know where to get the Brixton Pound.
I've got some in my purse now.
London has 7.5 million inhabitants. Half of them are men, and one of them is Robyn.
All right, darling.
I'd done some crazy things in my time, but packing up my life and moving to the other side of the world to find a guy I'd met 3 times was perhaps the craziest. Armed with only his first name and advice from the Magic 8 Ball, this is my search for Robyn.
How long have I worked here? Do you know?
6, 7 years.
I've worked here 11 years. I know the streets, I know the villains, and I'm pretty sure I know when there's going to be trouble. So why doesn't anyone listen to me? I nicked the bloke this morning. He should still be in the cells. But Sergeant Burns, in her wisdom, let him out on bail. He got out and he stabbed the girl to death. Why? Because Sergeant Burns is like all the other custody sergeants here. She's afraid of the rules.
Her hands are tied.
Oh, I know that, sir. All our hands are tied. I got in trouble because I forgot to give my name before a search this morning. And I had to wait 45 minutes for a towaway truck because traffic divisions say we have to wait at the scene of an RTA. I should have been chasing murderers, not sitting in a car.
I'm sure it's very frustrating.
You sure, are you?
Now listen, Brampton.
You sit here, miles away from trouble. Someone comes in, makes a complaint about me. Oh, you can't even back me up.
We'll talk about this tomorrow. You've obviously forgotten who you're talking to.
No, I haven't.
Crime, money, panic, terror, lies, confusion, government control. Crime, money, panic, terror. London, no future.
In 1786, Britain was going through a massive crime wave, and so the spot the Cook had named Botany Bay was chosen as a new destination for convicts from the overflowing prison hulks and jails. 11 ships were made ready for the long voyage to Australia. It left Plymouth on the 12th of May 1787. Plymouth Harbour was the last that they saw of England. Aboard separate ships were 2 of my convict ancestors, John Small and Mary Parker, and I'm here in England to see some of the sights that changed their lives. Westminster Hall in London. Built in 1097, the hall is the oldest existing part of the Palace of Westminster. It was here in January 1785 that 12 judges gathered in the chambers of Justice Earl Mansfield to decide the route that they would take for the Lent Assizes, a series of court hearings across the country. These hearings would change the life of John Small forever, who was being held in Exeter High Jail. Born in Birmingham on the 11th of December 1761, John Small worked as a bitmaker before joining the Navy at age 19. We can only speculate why he would leave a trade for adventures on the high seas, but perhaps it was that spirit of adventure that led him to Plymouth. By 1776, the American colonists were at war with their British rulers. The colonists had the support of Britain's European enemies, France and Spain. Sailing again to the West Indies as part of an 11-ship fleet, the Lively captured an American ship and took on board 44 prisoners. But the Lively's crew only numbered 37, and the ship was taken by rebel prisoners. John Small was taken as a prisoner of war to the Spanish port of Havana. With the Geneva Convention some 150 years away, prisoners were treated badly, confined to a small yard with no protection from the elements. They literally lived off bread and water and slept on the rough ground. After 4 months of this hardship, a treaty between the English and Spanish saw the exchange of prisoners and freedom for John.
Robyn Way, Lambeth College News.